All right, bang, bang. Welcome to the Mid Show, presented by Miller Lite. Miller Lite, presenting sponsor. Here it is. It's Packer Week, boys.
Oh, we made it.
It's Packer Week. We made it. NFL Week 1. Listen, whatever you're looking forward to this season, there's one thing that pairs well with every great moment, and it's an ice cold Miller Lite. At just 96 calories a can, Miller Lite is the only beer you'll want to celebrate with all season long. So whether you're at the stadium playing fantasy football or watching the game at home or at the bar, Miller Lite is here to make your football season taste like Miller time. And it's Miller time all season long.
Yeah.
Ed, I saw you ventured up to Packer country yourself this weekend and had a couple Miller Lites.
I did. I was having Miller Lites, like little sneaky little spy Miller Lites, seeing what I could find.
What'd you uncover?
It was nice. Not much.
It's like the one thing that we have in common. It's like we love it and so do they.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Miller Lite. That would be the last like friendly fire beer. So yeah, go get some Miller Lite. It's make it Miller time all season long, like I've been saying. Get Miller Lite delivered right to your door when you visit MillerLite.com/redline, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Just make sure you celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, we are back. Really, we didn't miss. I don't think we missed any shows or anything because we're on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So welcome back, everybody. I mean, it's kind of crazy that it's like fully here. Like football season's here. It really is the changing of a guard. Of like
it like
everything
struck me yesterday.
Yeah,
It's
like,
so weird because the weather is not. This is like mid-July weather.
until tomorrow.
Yeah, until tomorrow. But I mean, it has been. It's been
No,
95 plus.
it has. I can't wait to put crew necks back on.
it's gonna drop that much.
It'll be in the
Like
60s and
60,
70s.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it is Packers. It did sneak up on me.
I know.
Something I've been waiting for it all summer, and now it's here, and I feel like I look bamboozled.
What throws me off is the week between, because you used to do 4 preseason games.
Yeah.
It's kind of like media week with the week before
Super
the Super
Bowl,
Bowl.
yeah.
So it kind of throws you off a little bit. Danny, how was your weekend?
I can't complain. How do you guys feel about starting off the season with the Packers?
I don't like it. I've always been vocal because it happened a few years ago when Nagy did the T formation, right?
It happened the year before that too.
2018, Eddie's infamous
So
videos.
3 of the last 4 years.
Yes.
I was at the game. Where Aaron Rodgers got hurt and
It
had a
needs
miracle.
to be fucking 3 degrees max. for
Well,
Bears
that'll
Packers.
be at the end of the year.
I know, but both games.
No, I do like it to an extent. It sets the tone.
I like it this year.
You think they should have a dome and just crank the AC?
Yeah.
Give us bear weather that way?
I do
Yeah.
like it this year for
Competitive.
Yes,
Yeah, because I
yes.
feel like the Bears are further along.
Get the
They-
Hollywood snow going, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just really make
Dust
people
it up
feel.
there.
Well, I mean, that's already. This
If
is
they
already,
put that little the Thanksgiving cornucopia graphic on, then that would be enough for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we end with them too, Dave. It's not
Yeah.
like it's totally.
I understand that.
I
but
actually like that less because
ending with them because it may not mean anything.
Yeah.
but it always means something.
no, it's Packers. It always means something.
It
but
always means
you
something.
you understand my point though. Like inherently that game will matter more. It'll likely matter more in week 15 than in week 18. Like your odds increase of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do get caught in that weird. Is it a juxtaposition, Dave?
Junks.
Juxtaposition.
The N is
Said that
usually
wrong?
silent and not there.
Juxtaposition. Sometimes you get that juxtaposition
Yep.
where you might want to lose because of like a draft pick or something. So it always kind of fucks things
How it
up.
was last year.
Last year was kind of like that too. Yeah,
Definitely
And
was.
In hindsight,
We cheered the Hail Mary for the Texans.
no, but it's different when you want to lose to the Packers. That feels dirty.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said all
gross,
last
yeah.
season, I went to that last game.
Yeah. Now I
and the
know what
Bears
you mean
are-
by juxtapose.
Yeah, juxtaposition. Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's like you
That is a
start
junk
off.
position.
You start off. I mean, I think we were up first half. We went to that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bears kicked the fuck out of them in the first half.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh
all right.
no, I remember.
Yeah, I was like, let's go.
We were in with the Wells.
Yeah,
oh,
we
you
were
were
hunting.
hunting?
Yeah.
It was like, all right, let's go. If we
Yeah.
can win this one,
Yeah.
like just lose everything else. But
And
it
they
doesn't
blew
work
in the
that
last
way.
5 minutes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it kind of worked out great.
Yeah.
Kind of worked out great.
Gave you a little bit of hope, a little tease.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No
Let
more
me-
teasing, though.
Yeah. Let me talk some shit. You know, be like, oh, this is it. Like we're
We're not even trying to win. We're still winning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like. We ended with them the year 2021 as well, a couple years ago. That's when we made the playoffs, and we were so bad. It was Nagy year 2 or 3.
Was it week 17?
It was Nagy year 2.
No, it was year 2 because they did win.
Yes, remember? And it was we had a very disappointing year, bouncing back from 2018.
Mm-hmm. That was
And
2019 then.
Yes, it was 2019, 2020.
Okay.
And we lost and we still made the playoffs. And it's like, what do you do here? That was the first year in Nickelodeon.
Right. That
was the Trubisky game?
Yes, that was the Saints game.
Yeah, that was bad.
Mhm. Who was that guy? Javon Wims who missed that touchdown pass?
Yeah.
I don't think about it. I don't think about it.
He also was the one who punched someone.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did punch someone.
Mhm.
Yep.
He's
One
very
of the
famous.
most
I think he
insane
was.
moves of all time
Yeah.
to this day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get immediately cut following that?
No.
No.
Not immediately, but he got cut.
He got cut
Well,
for
season's
cause,
over.
just for being bad, but they kept him on the team even though he sucked then. But I want to say the year that they clinched the division was right at the end of the year too. That might have been the last week of the year.
I thought
The
it
12
was
and
'cause
4
we watched
team?
it at Carl's place.
Yeah.
And we were kind of looking in on the stadium a little bit
Yeah.
in the South Loop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All the years blend together.
Yeah.
It's not the
but
worst
it's-
thing to
to
start
start,
though.
and
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I know for competitive reasons it's not, but
You don't want to.
like for
Imagine how high vibes will be beat Packers week 1.
and they should. Do we have an opening line on that game yet?
I mean, it's such a. Of course, there is. I mean, it's
What do
such.
we got?
It's one of those things where it's the future of everything.
Mm-hmm.
The future with them. Future. It's everything's on the line here, and surely, regardless of which way it goes, nobody's going to overreact.
Oh,
Nobody's
let me
gonna-
tell
yeah.
you, if they lose this game, I will be convinced it's another 25 years of them having another
Of Jordan Love being
yeah.
a stud.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I could see that for sure.
That would suck, Ed.
It would be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It would be beyond suck.
Bears are a 1.5 favorite.
Mhm.
So usually you get 3 points at home.
Well, so it's a toss-up game.
Yeah. Or slight edge to the Packers.
Yeah.
No one really
Don't
thinks
love
the Packers
that.
are going to be any good this year either.
They must be hating on the Bears then too.
I don't like that.
Let's hope this doesn't get clipped.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's no secret. I think Vikings and the Lions are the leaders in the clubhouse as
Yeah.
far as the public opinion goes.
Yeah,
The-
for sure.
Lions are the Lions until they're not.
I
the Lions.
thought
It came on
It's like the
strong
Mets.
last year.
they win 6 in a row at the end of the year.
Yeah, and then
Good
they
for
won that.
fucking them.
They
Yeah.
won that game in Green Bay, and it was kind of like a
They
releasing.
kept them out of kept Green Bay out of the playoffs. It ended Aaron Rodgers' career. in
And I
Green
think
Bay.
if something else, if it broke right, they would
they
have.
could have gone in.
They could have got. They would have
yeah.
made the playoffs, but they.
But I
just
think
had
that game had already been decided.
it had. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they had nothing to play for, and
Right.
they still played well.
Yeah.
And the Packers had everything to play for, and they fucking shit the bed. So I don't know. We'll
Aaron
see.
Rodgers was already picking out apartments in New York at that point.
It's a totally different situation. Anything this weekend worthy to cover? Dave, you didn't, nothing? No. Not a good Labor Day?
Ryan and I were talking about this prior to the show. Are there 2 North American sports teams? And I'll call it 5 major sports, including college football, that are worse to root for than Northwestern and the White Sox right now at this very moment. You can't think, so there's an argument that there's not.
What was the final score of the Rutgers game?
24-7. I didn't even realize they scored a touchdown
Yeah.
until like a day later.
I still think Pittsburgh always gets the Pirates always get a vote.
I don't know.
They've always got their hat in the ring. Their owner just has no interest in winning.
I know, but
and
like,
obviously Oakland.
what would you pair with them though? Like it's unlike if
you're
if,
saying like if
you're
you
a
like
pirate,
two teams at
yeah,
the same time.
It's not even that the White Sox are just bad in the standings. They embarrass themselves weekly.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like I'm not paying attention close enough, maybe, but I feel like the Rockies don't embarrass themselves
They're
off the
just
field.
bad.
They're just bad.
yeah,
The White Sox and Northwestern are just
yeah.
brutal organizations, and they have all the off the field shit.
Yeah, totally.
Your life stinks.
And you're saying
it does.
it's a better question if it's reasonable fan bases that cross over.
Right, because if you're a Pirates fan, odds are
You're
you
not-
get the Penguins and the Steelers.
Yeah,
which
and
is
that's
pretty
Sure.
good.
right.
Sure. the funniest part of this whole debacle right now is arguably the two biggest Northwestern / White Sox fans are White Sox Dave and Pat Fitzgerald. Legitimately, right?
I was thinking about that watching the game.
Who has it worse?
I'm sure he's going to make out all okay.
Because Ravel's
that's why I feel like it's you.
He's going to get $100
I think
million.
He's not a White Sox fan.
Who does he claim?
No, he's not a Sox fan.
Yeah.
Who
does
he
claim for?
Cubs?
Does he claim the Cubs?
It might
Is he
be
from
Cubs.
here? I
No.
thought he was
Ravel?
from.
No,
he's from like
he's one of
New
those
York or
people that
something.
just came out for the journalism school.
Yeah.
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 Greenberg.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't
Rappaport,
we don't
too.
got to spend too long on
Good.
it, but my point is
foreplay.
that you can argue that it's not, which is bad enough in and of itself.
No, that's a fun conversation. I wonder if there would be any.
It's definitely tough that you root for both, and they're both in question.
It's not even that I root for both. It's that I'm a diehard of each.
Like if you were gonna remove all other sports, and you could only keep two teams,
Those would be the two.
right? By
Those
far.
would be the two.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
You would get rid of the Hawks, the Bulls, and the Bears.
Hey, you know what though? What about an A's and Stanford fan?
That's
Things are pretty fucking dark at Stanford.
Yeah.
There's probably a few of them out there too.
Oh yeah.
What was like
That's a good question.
What was the latest that some of those teams are going to go to the
ACC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stanford will be all right. They'll play some games against Wake Forest or whatever.
Yeah, but you just lose David Shaw, and you're just kind of, you just kind of exist right now. They both lost their identity, like
Yeah.
Shaw and
Stanford had always kind of like existed though, and then they popped up.
and Harbaugh. Yeah, for sure.
I don't think they will after this, unfortunately.
No, they'll be like a Wake Forest, where
If that, yeah.
But Stanford, I feel like they've always been that. They had John Elway, and then nothing for years and years and years and years and years, and then Harbaugh went there, and they got Andrew Luck, and they had that. Who was that? The big white running back who was a Heisman finalist, went to the Vikings.
Toby Gerhart.
Toby Gerhart. So they had like a good stretch of like 10 years between Harbaugh and beginning of Shaw. But most of their existence, they're not like a. It's just overlapped with like when we cared about college football probably the most was when they were good.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. You're definitely right. But it's not.
Oh, it's bad days. But guess what? They're just going to go back to their fucking computer science lab and then be fine. Like they don't give a shit. They're nerds.
Well, you could say the same thing about this guy.
But
You
he's
could say
not. He's not a student.
The scary parallels of both franchises are kind of crazy. too.
Yeah. Well, the
And they
A's,
happened like all
the
kind
A's
of
are
at
just
the same
a
time.
step ahead. Like they got the Vegas thing done. The White Sox haven't announced the Nashville thing yet.
Yeah, I got to just sit here and stew in it for 5 years.
But like Stanford, obviously, Northwestern.
Yeah.
Huge parallel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Northwestern, they're never not going to be in the Big Ten.
You know, the Broncos are kind of a joke right now. We'll see what they do this year.
No, they got.
They've won so many Super Bowls.
Sure.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, but
I don't think they're going to be a joke.
they were a laughing stock last year.
And the
Last year.
NFL, you can
People-
turn it over a lot easier.
Totally. I'm working through this process. I think it's a good question. I think you posed a very good talking point.
The shine is off the Patriots, though. Yeah. That's because that was the whole debate. Is it Brady or is it Belichick? And Brady left, and they've been dog shit ever since.
I was going to say Tigers Pistons, but like you said, there's not as much scandalous. Like they're just bad.
Yeah.
They're just
Like there's not.
forgettable. I would
Yeah.
love
That
the
is-
White Sox to be forgettable.
Yeah.
It is crazy that, like Detroit, Cleveland, they're like very close to each other. Those, aside from the 1 year with LeBron, you have the Lions, Pistons, Red Wings have been awful for probably 15 years, almost 15 years now.
But they don't got those
Yeah.
cornerstone embarrassing moments.
Correct. Yeah.
Like
This
year two.
this goes back to like
now. Can we
2015, 16.
now? Here's a franchise we need to pair with Commanders, because if there's a good base there, I mean, you could say if you're a
Yeah.
Commanders Maryland fan, maybe Maryland football fan.
They had a nice win yesterday.
Yeah, they did, and they're on the rise.
Tua looks good.
They're
or
on the
Tua's
rise.
brother.
But it was a dark time, obviously, when that whole thing with that coach went down.
yeah.
What'd you say?
Tua's brother.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting
Tua,
what's
look.
his,
Talia,
I forget his first name.
Talia,
Tyvon Galoa.
Tagovailoa.
Tango Valoa. Who else we got? on this?
Juxtaposed to his brother.
Colts are kind of crummy and laughable.
Are they? They're not in that category.
I don't know, dude. Your owner is on Twitter just being a fucking bozo.
I
constantly.
don't know why, but he
And I like him. I don't say it. but-
Irsay makes me laugh more than like be like, what the fuck? Like he's.
Did you listen to that Jerry Reinsdorf press conference?
I did not. What day was that?
Thursday.
No, dude, I didn't.
Break it down for us.
He says he doesn't understand why a few things. Okay, and I'll start here. He says he doesn't understand why they get called cheap. Well, they're one of 3 organizations to never sign a $100 million contract. The other 2 being the Pirates the A's and the Royals. One of those teams is not even a team anymore in a couple of years. The other thing is he doesn't like. He was defending Tony La Russa. He's like I'll never understand why people say like that was a bad hire. The last time this team was any good, they won 93 games. Well, they were good before that, the year before, and started like they were 500 and worse after the All-Star break of 2021. So they got worse under his command. I got the blog. Here's the juxtapose head. Chicago White Sox owner Jerry Reinsdorf said that he doesn't understand why people think the White Sox don't spend money in free agency. We spend a lot of money. Oh, but we're not going to go. And Ohtani would have never played in this dumpster fire anyways. First of all,
Ohtani's hurt. Why would he?
He can hit.
Well, I don't know.
He can still hit.
Have they said how much his price tag is going to change because of this?
It's
has to. That's like
300 million. I don't know.
40% of the value.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah,
he might just take a pillow deal. Maybe he's a crazy person. Who knows though? But yeah, I mean, hilarious that it's like, oh, we're we spend a lot of money, but like he's saying he's lying without even realizing it or confusing himself. But it's never been how much money they spend as much as how badly they spend the money. Like, he can go ahead and run out these $180 million payrolls with no, like, premier free agents on them. It's just going to be bloated waste of money payrolls because you're paying $5 million here to Josh Harrison or $8 million here to Adam Eaton. And all these guys, you end up just DFAing and blowing the money anyways instead of actually getting good players that you don't end up worrying about until like later on. I don't know. Nothing he said made sense. It just enraged the fan base even more. And I do kind of feel bad for Chris Getz right now because he's getting dragged through the mud for taking a promotion. Like, we would have all done the same thing. That said, like, every question he's been doing the media circuit, kind of, sort of. He did the Score and like ESPN or whatever. But they're all like, you wouldn't have been hired by 29 other teams based on your resume, right? And he's like, I'm different. It's like, you're not different. You're the same. You're the same. You like.
How do they explain that? How do they explain not doing an external search at all?
At all.
Let's try to cover this on Thursday.
Yeah,
I can't do
I'm
the
sorry.
black cloud. I know. It's just I need to.
Yeah, you brought it up though.
We were talking. We were having a full sports discussion about across the nation. We weren't talking White Sox hyper specific.
Is it worse? Is there worse than those two though?
I like the question, Dave. I'm trying to go through it. I
don't think it is.
Do you know who's on like the opposite end of that? I feel like all my teams are.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
I'm happy for you.
Even little
Must
Nottingham.
feel great.
Even little Nottingham Forest is just.
You guys are like
the
yin,
little
yin
engine
and yang.
that could.
What?
Like yin and yang.
Yeah.
Opposites. The good tier.
He's up. I'm down. I'm down. He's up.
Yeah.
No, I've never been up though.
No, you can't be up.
I can't be.
You're down.
Yeah, because we could.
I kind of feel like
You brought up the Jerry Presser.
Yeah,
I know. No.
yeah.
I didn't even mean to go down that rant. Right
How-
now.
how-
I know I should save it Thursday.
How
just-
far
it,
in your
I get
head
it.
are you about this? Because like our guy Belal, he could have a title fight. I feel like you can't root for him. You have to like bet against him.
Oh, yeah.
actively. Like you can't. You're stink.
I've said that today.
No. I mean, Jamal, he's got the title right now in light
He
heavyweight.
got hurt right away. Tore his Achilles.
That doesn't. I mean, he has the belt. He won the fight.
Yeah. I wonder if you would have rather lost the fight and kept his Achilles though.
No, I'm sure he would have rather won.
You don't. But he would have theoretically would get another shot. He have
Yeah,
more
but he's
fights. He'd
going
make more
to.
money. Tearing Achilles is a bad injury.
I understand.
Can we say this though too? You I've said this to you too, and I truly do believe this, that there is a portion where the Bears will never win because you're a fan.
I accept that.
Yeah. Like there is
think
part
about
of me that.
think about that.
Yeah, you were like the perfect amount of Hawks fan, which is like you found out that they were in the finals when it was like third period of game 6. Yeah.
And they couldn't really blow it.
Yeah.
Even my stink couldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
We never did a true post game on the latest challenge. Did you guys have yellow thighs waking up?
No, I never really got bruised.
I knew I wasn't going to because I don't bruise. I don't know why. I just don't. But it was all underneath and it hurt like hell until I did the Peloton this morning. I could still feel it.
Yeah.
And that was
Really?
8 days ago. Yeah.
I'm basically 100% now. But
I'm like 99, but you know it's there. So.
Yeah.
What do you mean you never bruise?
I thought it was going to be like the time I fell in Soldier Field. Like I've told you that story. I went over the railing.
Crazy story.
And I landed on a.
Wait, what's that story?
Dude, he fell over.
Yeah.
He fell down at
He was running from the cops or something.
Well, no, I got up and ran from the cops.
What'd you do?
I was drinking and dancing responsibly at a Kenny Chesney concert. You've never heard this story?
Oh, okay.
And
I'm thinking a Bears game.
No. It was at a Kenny Chesney, and I fell over and landed on a seat in front of me, in a section in front of me, over like the overhang thing, and landed on my thigh, did a half turn in the air, landed on my thigh in the back of the back of the seat, and it fucking hurt. But then I saw the yellow security guys coming, so I just darted, and then I was in shape enough. I hid out in the bathroom for a little bit, and I was in good enough shape at that time where I could reasonably take my shirt off at a concert in the summer and be fine about it. I would just be fucked now because I would just be like, take me to jail. I'm leaving my shirt on.
Going through a health crisis.
Yeah.
Take me to jail.
Take me to jail. And but then I had this bruise that was like from the back of my knee all the way up my ass, and it was like purple, and it was like that for a month.
I've never bruised like that.
I was anticipating something similar from that kick, and I just never materialized.
You think if someone's sitting in that seat, you kill him? Dude.
It was probably like a 10-foot, 12-foot.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of force.
Kill?
250
Yes,
pounds
dude.
dropping straight on your head.
I don't think I was 250 back then.
But even regardless,
300,
though.
whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless. Your spinal cord and your neck, that's just.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'm paralyzed.
It's a fickle beast. I went through a Reddit thread of
Looking for serial killers again?
No, this was like murders on camera.
Standard. Yeah, go on.
Dude, of course, yes. So
Eddie still goes on E-Bombs World. I know it.
This was like E-Bombs World.
Do you ever think about this side of the room? We got this guy who goes on thread just watching, footage from the front in the Ukraine battle, guys getting their heads blown off on Live Leak.
It's not necessarily what I'm doing.
He's on Live Leak watching murders
sometimes
in the battlefield, and then Eddie's researching,
Eddie's
murders.
Eddie's trying to find the old link to 3 Guys, 1 Hammer.
Dude. So some of them are fucked up. I'm not going to say that quite that graphic, but there was one where someone jumped out of a window, and like a guy tried to like catch her to like prevent her, and they both. Like you can't. There's so much force and impact.
I don't.
Another guy was running
want
from.
To say it, but
I don't think I would have killed somebody.
If you hit him perfectly,
I'd have to hit him perfect.
It's a non-zero chance, though.
Yeah, non-zero chance.
We should start
And it depends on the type of person, I guess.
Now here's what we got to do to figure this out. I'd say that pipe up there is about 12 feet high, right? Give or take.
Who's
now
taking
you
that?
gotta fall on Ed's head.
Why wouldn't I fall on Danny? I feel like Danny's the most average person.
Yeah, it's Danny. Danny, you got to be the sacrificial lamb here.
I'm the first to die then.
Yeah.
Well, we have to see if it would work, but you're the most average body type guy in the world, I feel like.
Yeah, for me, it's more like 12 and a half feet.
I think
it's more force on my head, so it's not a good.
If you get the spinal cord, you're dying.
You're dying.
You could be like a 7-year-old and you might die.
Yeah, I think you die.
I don't think
like
so.
10 feet up and you drop someone on Danny right now.
But just think about all the times, because car accidents are worse than that. Every football hit's more impact than that.
I don't know, Jim.
The spine, the neck, the head, I feel like is more exposed.
Yes.
It's at a worse angle to get injured.
And you're not
expecting
than a car crash. Like if you're just letting it flow,
you're basically like
back and you get hit with something.
It's like the diving on the back and like the bottom of the shallow pool thing. Is that what you're saying? Like you just hit it perfect. I just don't think that. I don't know. It was like so if someone was sitting there, like my hamstring would have hit them instead of hitting the seat back. I think they would have been fine.
But going back to that, there's nothing worse than having to shake off the pain from like an embarrassing fall right away. Like you can't be like because everyone's fucking laughing at you already.
Yeah.
I see. That's the thing. I there was one part of the video where it was either you or Belal, I forget. You're like, you're sweating. The pain was so hard, I started sweating profusely. Like, that's how bad it hurt. I was just immediately sweating.
Yeah, I said, go watch the video. Your face was not like, fuck that. I don't want to do that again.
No,
you were like, dude, this is fucked up.
You know it's bad when Eddie feels bad for laughing.
Genuinely, I was trying not to laugh at White Sox Dave at certain parts.
You could have laughed. You could have laughed.
Like, look at that face. That's not like
I knew he was going to tap out when I saw that face after the second one.
Bilal loved it. He
Yeah.
fucking kicking civilians. You like when people call you civilian?
I do kind of.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's a good question for chaps.
Yeah.
But no, I was not bruised at all. People would ask me why I'm limping, and I said that I was doing yard work with my dad, and I had a brick fall on my lap.
I would have just said
Why?
the real thing.
Yeah,
The real thing would have been better.
Yeah, why lie?
More.
How does a brick fall on you?
Yard work,
coming from the
yeah.
balcony.
No, like I got hit in the leg with a brick that fell.
I went to a concert and somebody fell on me.
But
Fucking
it was more that I didn't feel like whipping
Marv
out my
from Home Alone 2.
phone and explaining to people that didn't know what I do, and then
Fair.
people
directing
like
them.
your dad?
I know he has no fucking clue. I didn't bring this up to him, but I saw him yesterday, and
that's what I mean.
I wasn't limping though.
Okay.
He'd be proud of you.
No, he would have shook his head and be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
You not bruising from that is almost concerning.
I've never
I didn't bruise
like
either.
you could touch me like that, and I might randomly have a bruise, but I've never bruised from like sports or anything.
Speaking of bruise, if it's not too much trouble, find Jeff D. Lowe's blog from this weekend where he fell down the stairs at the Apple store in New York, and the bruise on his ass is a bruise.
He went Jason Derulo
Dude, yes.
down a flight.
Yeah, he kind of will like paint the picture, and he takes a picture of his ass, and you see this bruise. It's
I'll see you.
I gotta see that ass
Yeah,
shot.
and then spinning back fist. I know you saw it too. There was a light heavyweight boxer.
Oh, yeah.
And
This
then,
guy was a fucking pussy.
He was a tank.
But he was a little bitch. I could kick his ass for sure.
So, not verse. They were like friends, but 155-pound. What is that? Is that ultra? Whatever it is. Mixed martial artist, and the boxer, he had tree trunk legs. Put on a pad, and then now granted, this MMA fighter, he wound up a lot harder than Belal did.
He had
but
like
he had
a
the
6-inch pad.
He had a fucking pad on, and the boxer tapped out right away.
Yeah.
Bitch. He probably stinks.
Pussy.
Do we know who that is even?
No.
those are bad.
Yeah,
You
dude.
guys chose to take a bad thing. Here it is.
And
Jeff D. Lowe, True Life. I fell down the Apple stairs. You could just keep scrolling. There's like it's a clear staircase. There's the bruise.
is that his ass crack? Kind
He
of.
blurred it out.
blurred.
Yeah, very kind.
That's a good bruise right there.
That's a good bruise.
do you have
That's
the
an awesome bruise.
Do you have the unblurred version?
Tom, we know you got it.
The worst-
That is a dark one. That's a black bruise. That's
Yes.
rare.
That's not even purple. That is black.
How many flights did he fall down?
Jeff D. Lowe
Look,
going black.
go up,
ass.
go up. It's not.
He went all the way down?
It's not the exact photo, but he said it's pretty damn close to that.
Yeah, really. How do you get that bad?
But those
bruise?
are
You have
like-
to skip a couple stairs.
That's
for
like a
the impact to
spiral
be that strong.
staircase. Is he doing like cartwheels down this thing?
He tells a story in the blog. So basically,
Okay.
these fucking stairs should be illegal because the inside is less square footage. Like they expand as it goes out.
Well, yeah.
You could really see it in that one, but still, like that's a little trippy. You know what I mean? Like there's not if you got the inside track, you are like that's for
but it's
that's
like,
for
have
baby
you ever
foot
been
Dave.
on any? Have you ever been on any spiral staircase before? They're all kind of built like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. But at the same time, they're
Spiral
usually
staircase has been around since the beginning.
but-
They got castles in England with spiral staircases.
yes, but spiral staircases are typically in a house or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in a place like this. Like look at there was a better angle somewhere, but I forgot. I don't know. Regardless, it was in the blog somewhere. But there, I don't know.
One of my
You're anti-spiral.
Yeah,
You can't
but
throw one.
But
You
the
won't
metal
walk
ones
on
have
them.
grips on them. I got metal grips.
What about the stone ones? Not every
I
spiral
don't know what you're
staircase.
talking about, Ed.
Yeah. No, I know what he's talking about with the grips.
Like that feels like it shouldn't be spiral, but regardless. What were you gonna say?
You can only have spiral with certain materials?
Yes, it should be.
Okay.
Spiral should be not exist anyways.
I was just gonna say my old
It's an
house.
efficient use of space.
My old house was super narrow, and so we built an extra floor on top. So there was like basement, main floor, upstairs, another upstairs. And in Chicago, it's a requirement that if you have that extra floor, there needs to be a fire escape. And so each balcony had a door leading out to a spiral staircase that we would have to take.
On the outside?
The staircase was like on the outside of the house, but it was still inside. Like it had its own room going all the way up.
Oh, really? What kind of shit do you do in that room?
It had a lot of storage.
Oh yeah.
Maybe snuck a hit of weed.
Yeah, a little quick little nug of weed.
But
There
yeah,
you go.
I have.
There it is.
That
Thank
said,
you.
I've
Little
fallen down
nugs.
spiral
Do you
staircases
like
and it
dank
hurts.
nugs, Ed?
Yeah, dude. That was I was in a townhouse my sophomore year, and I shared the townhouse with these real hippie stoners, and that was their Wi-Fi name was Hobbit House Dank Nugs, and I was like, "You need to see what's up with."
I'll
the
remember that one.
Yeah, dude. Hobbit House Dank Nugs. You don't forget that.
Yeah.
Came home one day, and there was like a snake. There was a guy playing the guitar, and they had a snake around his neck, and they were playing Wonderwall. These guys were wild. They were wild.
You had a very odd college experience for someone who just had the most basic college education ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily disagree.
Hey, school's what you make it.
School's what you make it. You're right. Before we continue, I want to talk about ChevyDriveChicago.com. Listen, you guys know the breaking news right now with the Chicago Bears, because the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to announce that they're the new official partners of the Chicago Bears. So tailgating this year has got a whole lot more exciting. The all-new Silverado is what you need to kick off your Bear season. I can't wait to see all the Silverados in that lot on Sunday.
Pull them up.
It's going to be great.
Waldron Deck, South Lot.
Mm-hmm. There's a Silverado. Show us, send us pictures.
Yeah, I
of your
wanna see it.
Silverado.
Tag us. Tag Stool Mid Show or
Yeah.
Barstool Chicago.
I think I'm
Exactly.
going to get a Silverado because the only sport that I do enjoy that doesn't bring me any anger or just sheer frustration is hunting.
Okay.
I'm going to get a Silverado and just stack it to the sky with deers.
Deer. Singular.
Deers, plural.
Singular. and
More
plural.
than one.
Well, that's
Deers.
I understand.
Okay.
You can continue.
You know, I would have.
Juxtaposition over here is giving
Yeah.
you a hard
Juxta-
time
well,
about English.
I'm just trying to keep people honest. You got me honest about Junksta. Regardless, this is about ChevyDriveChicago.com. Head over there, shop, and find your local Chevy dealer today. It's that easy. Grab that pickup truck, SUV, sedan, whatever it is. Make sure you're driving Chevy. Continuing on, so that was the first time we talked about Belal Muhammad. Is there anything else to kind of close that out?
No, he's the man.
I do think that Dave should not be allowed to be like. Dave asked him if he could be in his hype crew and his walkout crew. I don't think that in his entourage. I don't think that should be allowed. He'll probably trip and fall on the way into the ring. Like, you can't be any. If you want good things to happen, you probably shouldn't even be on this show if you care about me, Ed, and Danny.
mm-hmm.
I don't. No, that is a fair point.
I don't understand how anybody could be this bad of a mush. You're at an all-time. You're
North Central
you
Cardinals 1-0.
stink.
Can you start rooting for the Packers?
Number 1 ranked team in Division 3.
Yeah, if you became a Packer fan, I'd be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it though. I couldn't do it.
Like it physically would.
What if you
affect
started
you?
going to North Central games? Do you think that they would?
Nah, they're too good. Honestly, they are. For that level, they're too good.
You should go to their.
They might.
best-
I mean, they might lose to Wheaton.
You should go to their hardest opponent.
You want to go? You want to go see the North Central Cardinals face the Wheaton College Thunder for the battle of the little brass bell, Ed?
Pending state,
Let's see where it's at. Is it
maybe
is
we
it
could
in,
pencil
Is it in
it in.
Naperville or Wheaton?
if we go to the Lantern before or after.
Deal.
And see your dad.
Yes.
He might just be at the Lantern. He hangs out there.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Isn't it a college bar?
It's Naperville. It's not
Oh.
a college town.
But isn't it-
College kids hang out there, yes.
But if there's colleges nearby, naturally certain bars are going to turn into college bars.
yeah, but I mean, it's
Like Tulane is in New Orleans.
My
There's
high
still a
school
college
was
section
bigger
of-
than my college. You know,
Your what was bigger?
my high school was not anymore. It's
Yeah.
not because North Central's gotten bigger. But no, it's you got normal people that hang out there. No, downtown Naperville's like Old Town. It's big.
It's so weird. Like I know we're on a YouTube, but
Yeah, sorry.
listen, Naperville's like one of the biggest cities in Illinois.
It's
That's
third. It's
Third
third
after
after
Aurora?
Aurora.
Suburb.
Yeah,
I've spent like little to no time there at all.
Yeah.
Like
it's
little
about
to no.
160,000 or so.
That's a lot of fucking people.
Big.
And it's like Naperville's got a lot of juice.
Home of the Beanie Babies?
I think you're right.
Yeah. I
No.
think no.
For a second, I thought
That guy
Ed
lives in,
said
like, Oak Grove.
Naperville's got a lot of Jews. I was like,
Dude, hey,
Yeah.
they might.
I mean,
Perhaps.
juice.
perhaps.
is what I said.
Juice,
Juice.
for the record.
I said juice. Yeah, for the record.
That's why they might put the
at
White
Wheaton.
Sox out there.
on 9:30.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough people for that. Stephen Cheah walking in the studio right now. So really, like we
Steven?
said off the top of the show, this is like the first kind of migration. Everyone's here.
This kind of is like the first day.
Yeah, it is like the first
This
day. Like
office stinks right now. Like it not stinks like this place sucks. It stinks like body.
is it a little smelly today? You
It's
think so?
yeah, it's musky in here. I mean, there's like 50 people in here. It's not like a hockey locker room, but it'll get to that point in due time, I bet.
Do you guys feel that way?
No.
I don't think it smells bad.
All right, good. Because I was gonna say, if you're not, you are
Maybe
the
I'm the one
sucker.
that smells
That's
bad.
what
I
I'm
don't
saying. You are the smelly guy if you're not smelling.
I
But
don't
it sounds
smell
like
it.
only Dave smells.
Could be better.
Could be better.
My pits.
Yeah. Well, Stephen Cheah.
Was it Ed's car that got you stinky?
Oh, it
I
smells
switched
nice
for
in there,
organic
right?
deodorant.
I did that recently too. And that doesn't
losers.
fucking work.
Oh no, I think it does. It just
I
So
have-
pull the mic up a little, Steve. Sorry.
yeah.
Why'd you switch to organic? Let me hear your rationale
Well,
behind it.
I don't
I'd
want
love
to
make fun of them.
bash them because they're an advertiser, and I actually really like their product. But yeah, right now I'm a little tender. I had a tough morning. I had to figure out. I panicked texting Eddie last night at like 11 o'clock
How
because
do
I
I
didn't
get
know.
to work?
He's like,
Yeah, so
dude, are you awake?
yeah, so I had a fantasy draft last night, and so that was my like 7 to 10:30, 11. But when I asked, and I've been talking to a lot of neighbors, and everyone in the Midwest is so friendly. So
We're
like,
nice
I
boys.
met all my neighbors like within half a block radius at least. And when people are like, "Oh, you going into the office, whatever," I've just been like, "Yeah, well, we're moving in a few weeks when the new one opens." And I'm in a northwest suburb that is a pretty, for the most part, straight shot. Like I'm taking
Yeah.
one Metro and then I'm walking like half a mile to the office. So I knew my commute coming in, but there have been delays and things with the new office. So we're in this one temporarily, which is fine for a couple weeks. But when I asked my neighbors, like, hey, how do you get into work? Because I don't know what the subway stop is. I just asked. I knew that there was some train by here I've seen. So I was like, all right, there's got to be. And in New York, that's how it's laid out. It's like you take a train to, Penn
Train to a
Station
train.
or
Yeah.
Grand Central, and then you can kind of connect to a subway very easily there, or you can walk and it's a short walk. That is not the case here. Like, so I took you sent me like the name of a subway station, and I was very confused because I was looking for a map that was the Metra and the L together.
Totally different.
But
things.
these things
Yeah.
don't exist. And so if I'm looking for my commute, I'm like, okay, I have to go into this, but where is that near the office? I don't know the layout of the state really. I know we're kind of on the east side of it, the lower east side of the state, right? Of Illinois.
It's the Lower East Side of the
Or
state.
northeast side of the state.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I wanted to see kind of how this plays out. So I texted him and I was like, all right, well, Google's telling me I have to take like a train to a bus to another train. That cannot be right.
No, I would have said take the Metra, and then he would probably hop on the
Red line.
or the
that's
brown
like-
line of Washington
Yeah, but
Wells.
there's not a lot of places that are that close to
You called the wrong
That would
guy.
be like an hour and a half commute for you if you took
Google
the,
said it was like hour 18 or hour 20, something like
I
that.
Yeah,
assume you went
that
into
sounds
Ogilvy
alright.
or Union Station, correct?
I can go into Ogilvy.
Ogilvy. So you just walk up the Washington Wells, you zip right over there, drop you right there.
But that
Oh,
You,
what?
you called the wrong guy.
no,
This guy
I'm not a
doesn't.
suburbs guy.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
don't
no, no,
understand.
no.
He doesn't know.
I don't take the Metro.
you're both wrong.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you definitely can do that, but that's so inefficient. You have to go all the way into the loop to come all the way back up here.
Yeah.
I would never recommend that. Not coming from where he's coming from.
I
You would get off at
The
one of the east-west streets like Belmont, I would say, and just
I was basing it off of where people from that area, what they would do if they go to a Cubs game, since we're so close to Wrigley, and that's what they would do. They would take it to Irving Park, and then they would take the Addison bus to Wrigley. That's
If I
what
get
they would do.
close to here, that'd
That's
be
just a
great,
that would be
but I don't know
faster.
if
That'd be the easiest
That's just
way.
a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
what they do.
Then it's like planes, trains, and automobiles. If you just do it all the way in, you take it's like what 3
It's-
stops?
I
no
would
different.
rather do less transfers.
Be a triathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why
I'm
don't
not,
you just drive?
Yeah, the park. So in fairness, New York street parking is like almost impossible.
Yeah.
So
It's not the case here.
when I put that tweet out last night, like we were gonna talk about the commute a little bit. So then Big Cat texted me. He's like, "Oh, you'll be okay. Here's what you can do. Here's some street parking." I was like, "Oh, well, like, I'm trying to get a feel of it. I'm gonna actually go in with Eddie tomorrow." So he texted me. He's like, "I'll come to this station. I'll pick you up, and I'll give you kind of the lay of the land."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay."
Did you think that was helpful?
Yeah. He
Okay.
showed me kind of the place, but if there's a different way that involves fewer transfers, because right now I'm going to be driving in when there's bad weather, but I will take the train, and then right now I'm trained to bus to Subway, but now I might be willing to sacrifice 10-15 minutes to do
Okay.
this.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a good option.
yeah, you can just walk. I'll help you out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I feel like everyone from New York gets very surprised to learn that Chicago is a big driving city. Everyone
Yeah.
drives.
Yeah.
I've never not driven.
So there is a lot of street parking here, which is good.
Yeah.
And I did not realize that.
You have options here.
Mhm.
You're not just limited because I agree. Driving New York, I don't. You.
Takes years off your life. I hate even being in a cab in New York.
Driving out here is way worse.
No.
think?
Oh no.
Yes.
I don't. The highways
No.
right now because of the
Yeah,
construction.
especially traffic.
Yeah.
It's
But, like,
going to be.
yeah. When
That's only going to be for like another 4 or 5 years. and
When
then
New
it'll be
York
fine.
says they have no parking, they literally have no parking. When we
Right.
say we don't, which is like, oh, well, that means you have to pay.
You have to pay
Right.
or you have to walk a block or two.
Right.
Yeah,
But
but
you'll
there are
find it
garages.
easily.
Like there are people who park.
Right.
in
We
the
have
garage in
options. New York literally doesn't have options.
There's
I mean, you have garages in New York. I'm not trying to pay like $30 a day to
Right.
Yeah,
park my
that's what it'd
car.
be
Like,
about
that,
here, too,
That adds
yeah.
up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably very similar.
Mhm.
Yeah. But all right, it was nice. We had a nice ride in, right?
We had a nice ride.
Yeah.
What'd you guys talk about? What kind of music? Who was on the ones and
We had
twos?
no music. We were just chatting up.
Eddie
Me and Nate are
Eddie
pals.
hates
Yeah, we're
music.
Talked about the Chicago stuff, and then
Did I
he
make-
has, you guys know he has a Tesla, and
Yep.
so there's
I'm
one
aware.
point where we're on the highway, and he just goes, "No feet, no hands," and just starts tweeting, and just puts it in.
Did that
Cruise
make you nervous
autopilot.
a little bit?
Surprised me. I mean, I've never seen that before.
It surprised me.
Automatic driving,
Tesla.
pretty cool.
It was nice. Were you gonna say, Danny?
Sorry, I totally forgot. But has anyone else here experienced when the siren goes off in your Tesla? That
That's the only time that's ever happened.
I mean, the
actually.
light turns red in the car. It sounds like an intruder alert. It's
What is
alarming.
it for? Was it
we
like
were
an
driving to
Amber Alert or
Milwaukee.
something?
We were driving to Milwaukee for the Marquette game, and the autopilot can only max out at 85 miles per hour. And for some reason, I ramped it up to 90, and it was like basically you would have thought I was a criminal who stole the car. Like they were just like, no, that's like not allowed. Like, and they disengaged my autopilot for the rest of the trip. They wouldn't let me use it again.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Thought it was a
That's
liability.
invasive.
Yeah, I'm giving you a little
Yeah.
slap on the
There's
wrist.
cameras all over in that thing.
I don't like that at all.
And they only
either.
tell you about the cameras they want you to know about.
I remember what I was going to say. Sorry if I missed it. How did it come to be that you ended up picking up Steven? You just quit halfway through?
Well, I told him, I was like, honestly, dude, like, just drive with me and you'll be able to see kind of how it is a little bit. And you got a good lay of the land. Like, when we hopped in the 90, he's like, oh, is this the 90? Like, it was like you would have thought I took him past Wrigley Field.
So I drove to Wrigley last week, so I kind of know. And I was like, oh, is this the exit you get off of Wrigley? So I kind of knew, and I had seen people get on a bus there.
I got an idea for you for the new office. Drive to the Blue Line in Rosemont and just hop on that, and you're 2 blocks away.
Yeah, that's
instead
true.
of the Metro. It's an
I
option.
I don't know what any of that means.
We'll help you out.
I'll help you
We'll
out.
help you out. We'll help you out. We'll help you out.
Yeah.
You
Well,
drive from your house to.
He's not
yeah.
wrong. He's not wrong. It's
Yeah.
a good move. And you avoid that traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Rosemont a town?
Yes, it's by the
It's a
airport.
village.
Yeah, you need a blood sample in order to get
What is up with the villages?
Yeah, what's the difference in what Elk Grove Village or something? Why is there a lot of
Warrenville's a
villages?
village.
There are a lot of villages, and they're not like.
Yeah, I
cities or
think it's like
towns.
supper and dinner, right?
Yeah.
No, I think it's
No,
like
there's a
like
reason-
It's
there's
like a
a-
tax thing, I think.
There's a reason for the distinction.
Like
Really?
you don't have to have a mayor or something. I don't know.
Well, I think people from the South would argue for supper as well.
But like, what about Roscoe? Roscoe's a village, and it doesn't really match like the village of Skokie and all those.
Is it not?
Hold on. City, village. What's the difference?
Towns or municipalities created prior to 1872. I
A
lost my
village. We got to pull up. A village
There
is a
it
small
is.
place with just a few buildings and houses in it. City governments are usually headed by a mayor. Village governments are usually headed by a president or chairperson.
I'm pretty sure that's. I mean, it's the village of Warrenville, and we have a mayor. So I don't know.
First
I
two
thought there was
sentences
some
don't make sense
distinction.
at all.
Hopefully that cleared.
Yeah,
it
I
up.
don't
See,
think that cleared anything up.
Nothing.
we have more questions.
It really depends on which statute under the law the municipality incorporated under. Yeah, so it's just you can. There in 1872 there was the Cities and Villages Act, which set out standards and guidelines for incorporation. In 1860, I mean, we're reading this is boring as fuck, but there's a difference.
But not really.
Yeah, kind of.
But not really. You're gonna miss your own village, your old village?
East Village.
A little bit, but I think we're gonna be fine. I like the new neighborhood a lot. I like Midwest living. My kids, I have new friends here already. It's nice.
And you left that haunted house.
You were in a haunted
I
house?
wasn't in a haunted house.
You were in that same community, right? As the house. What was it? The haunting at?
Oh, the numbered thing.
Yes.
we did a show on
Yes.
that.
You can I don't want to dox your old house, but you left.
My old house.
Yes.
The one
Cranford,
that's
New Jersey.
inspired by the Watcher on
Yes,
Netflix.
the Watcher
Oh,
on Netflix.
that is my hometown, Westfield, New Jersey.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
I got through one
It's
episode.
like
I'm like,
two
I can't
towns
do this.
over,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, but the original
It's
like
very
report
close.
on it
I'm
was sweet.
under 10 minutes from there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up there.
The show is terrible, but
Yeah.
the real story is crazy.
Yeah. Did you ever watched?
I didn't watch.
You the
I know
watcher?
I know the story. It's on the most historic street in Westfield. It's called Boulevard. That's just the name of the street. There's no like,
Boulevard Street?
It's, no
Yeah,
street.
it's like
just
617 Boulevard, right?
Boulevard.
And so, very, very nice street. Some very wealthy houses on it, but a majority older houses that have been like preserved. I think they're under some law, whatever. Like,
Some village ordinance.
yeah. So there was a very nice house there that a couple bought, and they had 2 little kids, I think.
Mhm.
And then shortly after they moved in, started getting all these weird letters talking about like their kids and how like almost alluding to like murder.
Yeah. Like knew the kids' names, knew
Yes.
like what rooms they were in. Like
Yes.
they knew like
I'm the watcher. I've been watching this house.
yeah.
Since this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, don't even think about. Like, it was very threatening, scary shit.
Do you know the conspiracy story behind it?
That he was behind it, right?
Yeah,
the guy
that it was
behind
the people who bought the house. They were like underwater with the payments or whatever,
Yeah.
and they needed to try and get. I don't really know how that would check out because they would have to sell the house. Then.
Yeah. I don't think
I
the
know a
bank
lot
would
of
give
people
fuck.
did call baloney on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually emailed me after we did the podcast.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's a Barstool fan.
He's like, I've been watching you.
yeah.
No, and he was like, forgot what he said, but he was basically stood behind his story. Obviously, he's the one that's telling it, and it was in like the post and shit.
Well,
yeah,
if
it was
he
big.
was,
It was on like Good Morning America and stuff.
Yeah.
if he was
big.
underwater with it, I bet you selling the rights to Netflix probably helped with that.
I don't know how that works though. Like, did he really sell the rights?
It was a series, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
He
I'm
has
sure
to, right? It's his story.
I don't think.
I don't know
you
how that
do.
shit
Like,
works.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what is under? That's the same thing with the Michael Orr shit. You know?
Yeah, but
Like,
it's their story too.
Does it
They're all one
change? Does it
family.
change if it was a book first?
It's like the Seinfeld
Yeah.
Kramer thing. Like you can't tell any of your life stories anymore. You sold them all to me.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Peterman.
No, yeah, that's an adapted screenplay. If it was a book first. So like, you definitely need.
We're getting
permission.
bogged down on definitions on this show
Yeah.
today.
What's wrong getting bogged down once in a while? Right, Steve?
Let me flip the tables on you guys a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys are the established OG guys. Been
Yeah.
here for a while.
Yeah.
Now you got 30 people,
Mm-hmm.
some city folk, all up in your grill, in your space. How do you guys
Correct.
feel?
Bunch of watchers.
Bunch
Yeah.
of watchers, yeah.
Steven, we're thrilled that you guys are here. We just wish that Pete got the office done on time.
Yeah.
Dude, remember when Pete was here, like smirking, being like, "It's gotta be on time." He's like,
put up some drywall. It was like, that's all you need to do. The wiring's done. Or whatever he said was done. So we just need to
Have you
slap
been
some
in there yet?
drywall on it.
"No, I mean, we were encouraged to go today, so I'll probably check
I
it
snuck.
out." soon.
I mean, I didn't say this out loud prior to Dan saying to go check it out, but I snuck in there thinking that I was sneaking in there at the time because I only live a few blocks from there. This is like 5-6 weeks ago now.
Bad boy.
I mean, I opened the door and they let me in.
Dave just
But,
going through a
it's
window.
gonna
You're like,
be-
you could have just used the door.
I was crawling through vents like I was in Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
On Boulevard
It's
Street.
huge.
It is not
Yeah.
small. It is not small.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, I saw it when we picked it out. It's huge. But yeah, I think everyone's just ready to get to there because it's We are in a
It's yours, mine, and ours
Holding
right
pattern.
we're in a 3-bedroom with 8 people right now.
Cheaper by the
You know what I
dozen.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
this is where like
cheaper by the dozen.
yeah.
now. It really is yours, mine, and ours.
That makes
Their
for some of the
kids,
best
my
stories.
kids.
Like we have pallets of body armor. There are people working on the pallets.
Yeah.
It's using
That's
them-
not a lie.
shout
out
Can
to
you spin the
Body
camera
Armor.
enough to get over
No.
there, Tom?
I mean,
Is
they
that
might be
doable?
able to. They're using them as standing desks.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh,
Look at that. Yeah, there
There
you
you
go.
go. Yeah.
You could see that as standing desks. Is the body armor pallets.
Going to the bathroom is a nightmare every time.
Oh yeah.
There's a
2
90%
bathrooms
is
chance
gonna
you
be a
get
problem.
walked in on.
There's never any keys available for the bathroom.
Sometimes there's too many keys available.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird
We have 4
juxtaposition.
keys for 2 bathrooms, and I saw Brandon Mim taking a shit. In there
I
one
was
time.
I was trying to use the bathroom on the left, the old women's room today, and Donnie was jiggling keys, trying to get him into the men's room, and he's like, "Man, these keys work." I'm like, "Yeah, unless someone broke them today, I think they're fine." I go and take a leak. I hear him. He's like, "Man, these aren't working." I'm like, "Let me see." He hands me his apartment key.
What?
He's like, "Oh, that's my apartment key. My bad." I'm like,
When I walked in before I could even sit down, they're like, "Danny, we need you. Both bathroom keys are in the men's bathroom."
That's a
That-
problem.
"Not for you. It's not."
Why not?
Because you made your own keys and didn't tell anybody you were making them.
I did
False.
not.
Oh, that's smart.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you for stepping in.
I asked
for
everyone.
once.
I asked everyone day one. You want your own bathroom keys?
Oh, you asked everyone?
I
did.
don't
That
remember
makes me feel even better that this idiot said no.
I don't remember that.
I don't. Remember
Why would
that
you
either.
begrudge him for that? That's like a
Yeah, he's
super
like, this
smart
guy's
move.
like,
It's not
this
like
guy-
he doesn't give you access.
This guy
Like,
acts like I'm always trying to pull one over on him. You know? What
No,
he
it's
did?
just you're trying to pull one over in general.
This guy. No,
You're
Chief
always
even-
trying to pull one
Listen,
over.
What was
this
the
guy-
most recent
The
one?
most recent one was Barstool Awards. Okay, and obviously, as you know, we're all staying at the same hotel. Everyone is getting there early, so you know check-in times are going to be tough. You know they're not going to have rooms available. So me, having a brain, wanting a room, I called the night before. I said, "Hey, I'm going to be there around noon, 12:31. Can I please get an early check-in if it's possible?"
Smart.
Yes, smart. Just using your brain.
Smart.
Being prepared. Wanting to live easier. This is all I did. And then, of course, we get there. We check in. I get a room. Chief gets a room. Dave does not get a room. So, regardless.
I checked in before him and he didn't do early
But
check-in.
guess whose fault that was?
yeah,
Ed's.
so
Ed's.
we're chopping it up at lunch at like 2:00. I'm like, "Oh, you didn't get a room, Dave?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh yeah, I did an early check-in." Like, and then what did he say? What did he say? Something
Like,
along
could
the
have
lines
told me.
of, "Oh yeah, huh? Fucking never liked me." I'm like, and then I go, "Jesus, Dave." And then Chief goes, "Dude, it's not his problem that you didn't
It
get
is
a
your
room."
problem.
He always thinks I'm pulling
So
it
you
over
want
on him.
what you
Because
want,
look what you did a few hours later.
what
What'd
you
do?
what
The
you want
elevator
him
thing.
to do. What you want him to do is when he decides I'm going to call and get an early check-in, and he'll be like, "Oh, by the way, I got this knucklehead who wants an early check-in too, but he'll never think to do it. Could you do his as well?"
I mean, if he wants to go above and beyond, yeah, by
I don't
all
think-
means.
That's
Can you do that?
The-
I don't think you.
I don't think
you
do
can.
early check-in for other people
Hell no.
because they could be like, "What credit card did you use?"
He could have made an attempt. He didn't even try that.
Once Barstool's back
Would have
to
been the thought.
is
that
back
would have
to
counted.
rehiring, the first on the list is an assistant for White Sox, Dave.
we already hired an assistant. We hired him a thinker.
Yeah,
Remember
just
that? That was like
a brain.
2019. We hired someone to be his professional brain.
Is
The
your,
kid
cha-
just ended up smoking weed all day, so we fired him.
is your chair also lower on purpose? This is
No,
an
I like
absurd
to,
difference.
I like to slink back.
I was thinking that you looked rather tall in the.
You and I are just sitting upright in the appropriate positions.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking
that
sitting
better
at his
for you?
ankles.
Nice and prim and proper. I like to be
now you're up
comfortable
too
and,
high.
and slouch.
Yeah, now this looks weird.
There, is that better?
You look like you're sitting on a.
No, I got such tree trunks tanks for legs that when it's all the way up, my thighs.
Are you
scratch
ready
against
to compete with White Sox Dave on fucking everything once we get to the new office?
Dude, I love White Sox. My favorite, the thing that has made me laugh the hardest. I've been at Barstool almost 7 years now. The thing that has made me laugh the hardest is White Sox Dave with the Frisbee, in Barstool versus America.
Where's KB at? Has he moved here yet?
His mom
I
just
didn't
died.
see him in here today.
Oh, really?
Oh, I
Didn't know that.
did not know that either.
Wow,
I,
way to bring it up.
Wow, Dave.
See, that's what
I
you would have done to
didn't.
me. That's what you
no,
would've
I
done to
wouldn't
me.
have. Not for something serious like this, you idiot. I did not know that. I apologize. I really didn't. Now I feel like an asshole. However,
Of all the
KB
videos,
will tell you that was so much more physically demanding than like KB took 20 minutes and he was sucking eggs after, and he was a Division I collegiate wrestler. He was like on his hands and knees. Now, granted, I was wildly out of shape at the time. That's actually what spurred the Peloton thing. But that was so much harder than it looked. The winds were blowing like 40 miles an hour, and those plastic Frisbees were 1 ounce. As soon as you threw them, the wind just took them.
And you had to hop in the bucket. You had to hop in the. Yeah,
That
do we have that by chance?
So fucking hard.
White Sox Dave, can you read our text from last week? We had a.
I didn't respond to you.
I know, but I'm asking you to just read.
No. You can read them. I'm not.
It's fine.
What'd you say?
I just hooked up my Peloton in my house, and then I got a high five from Dave.
We were randomly in the same
Ew.
class, and I'm like, ew.
We're in the
But I gave
same
him a high
room.
five.
We're in the same room, and I was like, oh wow.
Here's the Frisbee footage.
Oh, this is
Wait, this is the hardest.
this is the funniest thing
It was so hard.
that we've put out.
And there's
Can we get a little audio?
60 miles an hour. It was super windy. My face is wind burnt and everything right now. And the Frisbees we were using were super light and cheap. They weren't good Frisbees. So anytime there was a gust of wind, that Frisbee was going sideways, taking a right angle.
we won. I won like $7,000 after this.
I do like.
Look at the flag blown in the background.
Dude, we need like the Fort Minor behind this. All his Frisbee highlights. 10%.
And they didn't even say this. KB and I, we took like 20 minutes apiece. There was fucking soap on it from the slip and slide.
But Dave, your like number one thing is to blame the equipment. so
Did you watch the challenge?
I'm watching it, but
That one didn't stand a shot.
Jeff D. Lowe just screaming about how bad you are at this, and then you calling for a medic is so.
I didn't call for a medic. They offered me one. I said, "Get the fuck out of my face." And Ed, you've been there. What would I have said to the medic had they tried to approach me in a situation like this?
You would have said, "Get the fuck away from me."
Yes.
Yeah, you would
A
have
medic?
They offered a medic. I didn't ask for a medic.
No,
that's
It's probably good editing, but like this is incredibly funny footage.
Oh, this is where they said he called the medic?
no. I was just saying,
Put the
fuck
volume
this.
up,
I'm
put the
done. I'm
volume
never
up.
gonna get it. But
Dana, Nick, and I are completely helpless.
I was
We
just
can't
like,
help 'em.
I'm not gonna.
We're
It was
not-
30 minutes of this, and KB and I took so long to make one apiece at first that they moved it up. That didn't make the edit.
Going off this, tune into Barstool Most Dangerous Game Show tonight.
Yes. Good point. No, I mean, Dave, like, get those ball pits, they're probably pretty tough. Like,
It was. I don't think there was one other person on the cast aside from
He's got the scrunch face.
Pat.
But would you rather do this again or get 5 leg kicks?
Five
from
leg
Belal
kicks.
Muhammad?
Five
It's like
leg kicks.
every time you go back up, you're not expecting it to be slippery still. Can we do a rewind to that last one, Tom?
I missed that last one, yeah.
Exhausting
As
ourselves.
soon as you stepped on.
Largest guy on the team.
I got to run to another tape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
no problem.
I appreciate you guys.
thanks,
Thank you.
Jay.
Thank you, Steven.
Looking forward to
We're just
working
gonna
with
watch
you.
this the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, are we going back to the last one?
Yeah.
This is it?
He just takes one step and whoop.
What were you calling for there? You just said you're done.
I was quitting. I was like, this is stupid. I'm never gonna make it. It's too windy out.
There.
But, like, to Dave's defense,
Right on
you
your
don't
hip.
You got airborne on that.
You don't think that first step is going to take you out? Like, you should get some traction on the first step.
The first step is for
Think,
getting
Ed.
a feel, though.
You'd think.
I'm on Dave's side. This looks like it's like that.
That's like a banana peel slip.
But it's
It
also,
was a wet ramp with soap on it.
it's also like a what else could go wrong today? And it's like one step. It's like
We got to meme that.
it almost looks intentional. Like he's trying to fucking do an elbow drop on this thing. Holy moly. Whoop. Dude, the defeatedness was seen there too.
Are you guys done?
You were so defeated. Wait, look at
Yeah,
him.
I was very fucking
When he
defeated
puts
until I walked out with $7,000 fucking dollars, more like $3,200 after tax.
Oh man.
You losers.
What, are those your pants, or did someone give you those?
No, I wear those all the time in the winter.
Really?
Actually, I stole those from Marty Mush when I heroically won the pitch off against Jared Carabas because they matched my high school uniform that I wore out there.
So this is the worst thing you've ever done.
Ed, I am not kidding you.
Dude,
it was so physically taxing.
Glennie
You
was-
wouldn't have been able to finish it.
I bet you
with
I
all
would have made the
respect.
Frisbee on the first try.
Glennie told
like
me,
that.
obviously a bigger guy like my, he told me it was so fucking hard to play. Because did they soap up inside too?
In the ball pit?
Yes. Well, and
I
his,
don't-
because he did season 1.
No, it was like soapy water following down the slide. And it was like hosed up onto it. So you're just pulling it up there and it's like dripping
Gotcha.
off your body onto it.
He did season 1 where the whole ball pit was soapy and like glistening. So like you're weighted down, all your shit gets weighted
you're
down,
wet.
and all like the rope with the get out was like hard. But he said it was like truly like fucking impossible
It was so hard.
because he took a digger like this too.
Yeah, look, KB was like he was sucking eggs too. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
easy.
yeah. No, I'm on
Like
your
it
side.
wasn't easy. It looks obviously.
What do you mean you're on his side? I feel like that's just something you're saying to curry favor. But
That's
like, there's-
exactly what he's doing. I sniffed that out too, but I'm like, wait, actually, I kind of like when someone's on my side, so I'm not going to say that out loud. Even though I knew that's what he was doing.
He's just putting coins in the jar. That's all he's doing.
No.
By saying things like that.
Dave, don't buy into that. That's
No, that's true, Ed.
no, it's not.
Quit kissing my ass.
He's
Ed.
not on your side.
I am
When has
on
he
your
ever?
side. I think
When
this
has he
looks
ever
hard.
been on your
Like,
side?
people
Dave?
like Stephen Cheah act like this, like he would have done a walk out of the park in this. He would not have.
The taller you are, the easier it is as well. Steven would have been fine getting in and out of the ball pit because of his height.
But he could not step on that conveyor belt.
Dana Beers, I don't know, like cardio wise, I don't know if Dana would have been able to do it.
I think he did it season 1, and he said it was miserable.
He's the one who volunteered me, so that makes sense because he's like, Dave, you do this one. I'm like, fine, I'll do it, whatever.
Fucking Dana Beers.
Dana Beers.
Dana B.
And he was the one who he had to guess the order of, I think it was 5 or 6 like giant high noon cans. And it took him like 30 minutes, and thank God Joey was like a lost cause because we came back. They were on like the puzzle by the time I was finishing my thing.
Yeah, that's the crazy part is you guys ended up winning that.
But then it took Nick like, I don't know, that whole challenge took like 3 hours. I was so fucking sweaty and cold and miserable when we were on.
What time of year was that filmed?
It was in April.
Okay.
As in Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus, dude. That did not look fun. I'm on your side.
It was. It
Always
was.
remember that. I'm on your side.
It was so hard.
He's rooting for you.
I am. I'm rooting for you. Also, we should say.
Don't root for me.
Why?
I don't need you rooting for me.
Noted.
If not him, then who?
All right, so I could root against you?
I mean, you do anyways.
No, I don't.
Yes,
I do
you
not
do.
root against
Continue.
you.
What were you?
Do you
trying
think
to
he
say?
likes to see you fail?
A lot of times.
That's the worst trait a person can have. Now, if it's something funny or if
Yeah.
it's.
I mean,
If
Then I will root for you to fail because if it's funny and
Yeah,
it's content wise. But in life, I do not root for you to fail. That's what
you,
that's what
when
I
he
meant.
got kicked in the leg, and your quote was, "It was the look of pure pain." What was the look on your face when that happened?
I felt bad.
No, you didn't.
He had a shirt over his mouth.
I was sincere.
And
When you went nose first in that Velcro wall, no one was upset more than me.
Could tell he
Ed's
was-
the only one who understood how to appropriately act in that moment.
See?
I said I'll never help you again.
You weren't helping me.
Yeah, I was.
You were
trying to
coaching.
dab up your
coaching.
blood, and you were
Sometimes I like
missing.
when we get some good fist pounds in on the pod.
I was just about to say something. I forget.
Yeah.
Lost my train. of
I said 2 notes before we wrap here. One, we announced last week that we were supposed to go to Iowa State, Iowa, in
Yeah.
Ames this weekend. That unfortunately has changed. We're looking to reschedule, but this weekend we have to go to Boulder for the Nebraska-Colorado game.
Eddie's looking where he can get the best weed in Boulder. So hit him up in the DMs. He's looking
We
for
are
the,
going to
the
get
dank,
blazed
the dankest
off
nugs,
the
Dan?
dankest,
The dankest
dank
nug.
Yeah,
I
he's
wonder if the
look-
Hobbit
in
House
the
dank
Rocky
knives are there.
Mountains.
That'd be
maybe.
kind of sweet.
Yeah.
I've never been to Colorado.
Really?
Me neither.
Eddie hates it.
Yeah, you hate it.
He's
I don't hate it. I've gone into my Colorado theory. We could cover that on Thursday if you want me to.
yeah, that'd be great. So we're looking for dank nugs in
But
Colorado.
yeah, so sorry to the people and names and all the people who are going to host us and have us out.
Yeah.
We'll make it out at some point. Hopefully this season, if not next.
I love names.
See, like I've never
Never been.
seen mountains like this, like these kind of mountains. I'm very excited.
Purple Mountain
about
Majesty.
Yeah. Besides that, also, I'm sure you have seen there are a bunch of Barstool layoffs. Hannah's on the show once in a while, and she makes her sheet and everything. Unfortunately, she was part of it. Sucks.
Yeah.
I think we all could reiterate that.
Yep.
Was very bummed to hear it, and obviously wish her the best. We're still all cool with her and everything like that. And yeah, that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles. Unfortunately.
Yep.
I hate that I use that word, but
Cookie crumbling?
yeah, the way the cookie crumbles. That's
Bruce
kind of
Almighty.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved that one, and she already said that Cheah has overtaken her spot as my favorite Asian. That's not, it's not true.
Was she your number one?
Yeah, probably the
Top one Asian?
trying to think of
Can
any
you
other
rank
Asians.
us Asians? Rank us your favorite 5 Asians.
I think Steven and her.
That's it. There's only like 2
What a-
billion more.
What about Yao
world.
Ming? Where would he rank?
I like Yao Ming. It was good. I mean, I wish we would have got the number one pick. We would have got him instead of Jason Williams. That would have been better for the Bulls' trajectory of. But then who knows?
What about Suchi?
Maybe. Who's that?
All right, I don't think I want to do this. I just want to say wish Hannah
No,
well,
because he knows where it's
and
about to go.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
want to wish her well, and I think that I
Myanmar
think we all
and
wish her
Burma.
well, and good luck. All right, everybody, that's it for today's mid show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Back on Thursday. See you then.